everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Love for Intuitive Astrology. So, for everyone who's new, my name is Michelle, and I'm an intuitive astrologer, and I combine my knowledge of astrology with my intuition, and this will be reflected in this video. So, today I will talk about the upcoming full moon that will happen in the sign of Aquarius on the 29th of July, 2026 at 6 degrees and 30 minutes. And I will start off explaining this full moon in general, the aspects, and then I'm going to explain all the signs, okay? All the 12 signs. Now, most accurate is your rising sign. So check that first. And for additional information, you can check your sun sign and your moon sign. So let's go ahead and have a look at this very, very transformative full moon, okay? This is really a time where people are going to break free from a certain situation. Okay. And I really see this as something positive because the sun is in a conjunction with Jupiter in the sign of Leo. Leo is about self-expression. This is about creativity. And Jupiter gives wisdom and expansion. Okay. On the negative side, this can give a little bit of a big ego. Okay. With every planet, there is a positive side and a negative side, right? We have the decision how we're going to play out with the energies that we carry, how we play them out. Okay. So the moon is in Aquarius, the sign of, equality, friendships. This is a bit about detachment, innovative ideas, the future. So we're going to think about the future here. We're going to look into our wisdom, what we want to express. How can we add something, okay, to the world? Because Aquarius is all about looking at, the big picture. How can we make this world a better place? Okay, this is not a very emotional sign, but because we have Pluto, the planet of transformation, it is time to kind of let this full moon reveal to you what needs to be resolved. So, unresolved pains, maybe a situation that kept you trapped, and now you really want to break free from this situation. This can be relationships, friendships, this can even be yourself. Like sometimes we sabotage ourselves basically with our own emotions. Okay. Now we also have the node in a square with Uranus, right? The ruler of Aquarius. So again, we have this idea of, what can I do to break free? And the North Node for now still is in Pisces. Okay. I know some people, they look at the true node. I look at the mean node, but it doesn't matter. It's really about surrendering um, to the future, letting go of control, which is also represented by the moon, okay, and Pluto. Where are you trying to hold on? And where we're trying to control and hold on to a certain situation, it very often comes from fear of losing something, right? Fear of abandonment, um, fear of abandoning ourselves sometimes, right? Very often we are just so afraid to lose our roots or to lose our security. And that's why we don't step out of our comfort zone. So, this is the time to step out of your comfort zone, okay? And to really see what is holding you back. This full moon is also in a square with Chiron. Chiron now is in Taurus. So this is about your self-worth. This is about your value, okay? Where are you undervaluing yourself? Where are you holding yourself back because you think maybe it can never happen, okay? So this is a time to be brave. This is a time to really look within with honesty. And actually, sometimes we are so afraid of change, but change can sometimes be good, right? And this very often happens also when Jupiter is a very, very prominent position. People always become kind of discouraged because bad things are happening. Jupiter is the planet of luck. But, sometimes something good cannot come to you when it's not of your highest good. Jupiter is very spiritual, right? It's of wisdom. It knows best what is good for you. So letting go of a certain situation sometimes is better and it creates space for something new. Okay. Um, Yeah, very creative time, self-expression. Now we do have Mercury, and it's been for most of the month in July. Mercury has been in a square with Saturn. Okay, first we had Mercury retrograde in a square with Saturn direct. Now Saturn is retrograde, and Jupiter just stationed direct. So we still have maybe a little trouble expressing ourselves. And also in the job, make sure that you prepare yourself, you double check your emails, and you take your time before you speak. Okay. It's okay to speak slower. In August, this placement will, will be gone. So you will feel that your thought process will be faster. There might have been a little bit of blocks in maybe your thoughts or your writing. If you write a lot for work, it might have been a bit slower than usual. Okay. Also, we have this moon in a sextile with Neptune and in a trine with Uranus. So again, very good ideas might be coming up. Um, and the moon is in a conjunction with Pluto, which moon is also your mother. Okay, so any pains regarding the mother line, or actually your mother might be the person that triggers you into this change, right? This Uranian change. So um, listen to your feelings. This is really the biggest thing. It's also in a sextile with Neptune. Okay, Neptune is retrograde in Aries. So here we're going to look at how can we again make this world a better place, make your environment a better place. Um, and really meditation or any kind of sport like yoga or tai chi, energetic sports, or maybe even swimming might open up a channel for answers for you. Okay. So, yeah, this is definitely a very beautiful time. Don't be scared of this change. Don't be scared of the feelings that are coming up. Venus is in Virgo, and people say this is not a good placement. And maybe because, this is a mercurial sign, so we might be overthinking. And when it comes to Venus, it wants to express. And, Virgo might be a little bit critical, but also is very surface oriented. So I don't always see it as a really bad alignment, but it's about loving yourself, being of service to yourself so you can be that for others. Okay, which is very sixth house related. So let's go to all the signs and see what to expect for your sign. Most accurate is your rising sign. Also, I do private readings. Okay, I went back to doing readings. I write reports, manual reports, so no AI. I spend time on them. I do pre-recorded reads. I teach astrology as well. I do that through Zoom. It's very personal, and I help you to become an astrologer, or you can really understand your own chart on a much deeper level. And I also do coaching. Okay, so I help people unravel and do some shadow work and really help them become the best version. So also work wise, are you on the right path? We're going to analyze all of that in the coaching program. So if you're interested in that, you can send me an email that you find in the description box below. So let's go. Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Okay. For you, we have this full moon in the sign of Aquarius in your 11th house. So you will see a big change when it comes to your friendships. Okay. This day will really reveal who are your true friends. How do you feel with your friends? Okay. Do you feel like maybe some of your friends are restricting you a little bit, are blocking you a little bit, right? Because very often, even if people give advice and it's from a good heart, they give advice from their own perspective. So let's say if you're doing something with creativity, which is the Sun and Jupiter in your fifth house, right? Um, People might give you advice, but it's not always the advice that you need to hear. So still, you always need to feel in your own emotions, your own intuition. That's why it's so important that we always are turning our own intuition on. This is our compass. Okay. So there might be transformations happening with community and friendships. Maybe actually there could be a massive transformation happening where you honestly share feelings and you grow closer together. Okay, this is really the highest form of Pluto. Pluto has 3 layers, right? Just like Scorpio. So we can choose how to deal with this planet. It can be control. So you're controlling your friends are controlling you, or this will go back and forward, right? Or this is really about, it can be very spiritual planet, Pluto. It can be really bringing things to a higher level as long as we're able to see what is in the underworld and accept it. This is where true shadow work happens, okay? And it's very liberating, which is all about this moon in Aquarius, okay? We have the nodes also in a square with Uranus, so it's really time to break free of something, okay? And this might be due to very good ideas that are coming to you, because we also have this moon in a trine with Uranus. So great ideas might be coming. You might be feeling a bit restless even. But at the same time, we have Mercury in the fourth house in a square with Saturn retrograde in the first. So there might be a bit of restricted communication with your family. So maybe it's hard to really understand where your both are coming from, or simply there could be some more responsibility coming from the family that you kind of have to carry around this time. This placement will be gone by the end of July, or at least after this full moon, end of July. Okay, it's already that. Anyways, then we have Virgo now separating from the South Node, right? They were together in the sixth house, really emphasizing workout, healthy diet, right? Because Virgo is quite critical. So Venus is not super comfortable here, but it's kind of like this tough love, right? Like it's time to if you want to feel good in your body, Virgo will be a little bit critical, saying, okay, this is what you have to do to make yourself feel better. Um, yeah, so 11th house can also be quite in the public eye, right? So if you're on social media, or you're going to a conference, because 11th house is all about networking as well, the masses. So there might be something coming out to the public. Maybe you want to share some feelings that you haven't expressed before. But in general, you could also get to know something about your community. Okay, some scandals might be coming out, company scandals that you didn't know about. Okay, Jupiter and the Sun in the fifth house, children, romance, creativity are going to be very important. This could also mean a pregnancy, okay? Because Jupiter will be there in the fifth house. So a lot of Aries, especially Aries rising, will see a pregnancy this year. Now, let me get you a card. Let me get you a card, my amazing Aries. All right, what do we have? Heart chakra. Well, Leo is all about connecting to the heart, right? When we have Jupiter, Jupiter is wisdom. So it could be even that your children, they really heal this inner child of yours. They could be your teacher around this time. Or actually, your partner might tell you something that really makes you understand better your situation with your community. Look at that, the truth. There might be some truth that is coming to the forefront, and but also hope, because there's so often times that we know something is not 100% right, and we just keep telling ourselves that it is right. No, it's right what I'm doing, or what this person is doing, and we keep making excuses. So it's time to remove the excuses. Also, if you're working on creative projects, because we have this T square with Chiron in Taurus in the second house, so there might be some wounds coming up for self-worth and money, like can I make money with the things that I want to do, and all those things. But it's best to not share these problems with right now with your friends or with your community, or if you're on social media like me, then it's best not to share too much of those things. Okay, so that would be my message for you, my amazing Aries. Thank you so much for watching. If you're interested in booking a reading, I do pre-record reads or face-to-face readings. I teach astrology classes one-on-one. And also, I have a coaching program. So if you're interested in that, you can contact me via email or check out my website. So I'll see you next time, Aries. All the best to you. Let's move on to Taurus. So Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising. For you, we have this full moon in the sign of Aquarius on the 29th of July at 6 degrees in your 10th house. So Taurus, there's a lot of things happening in your career, okay, in your public with your public image, with your bosses. Some of you might be dealing with a difficult boss with Pluto in the 10th house, okay? And your emotions are going to boil up at this point. Now it's in an opposition with Jupiter and the Sun. So luckily, this is giving you courage and expansion. And maybe your family is even giving you advice around this time. Or just staying at home might feel so calming and so healing. But yeah, there is a transformation happening in the workplace, either with the boss, or maybe you're feeling that you're not 100% in the right career. And this feeling of I have to change, I have to break free of this situation. So some of you maybe want to change jobs or looking into changing jobs, or you want to change a situation at work that uh, because otherwise, it might be that you're feeling trapped, and feeling trapped is not something that we want, right? It can be your own emotions regarding work. Maybe there are different ways on how to do your work. So if you transform those emotions, um, or face those feelings that you have and see how you can improve, because Pluto is transformation. So how can you transform the way you work and even your public image? If you are a boss or you're on social media, or you have a very public image, maybe you want to change the way people perceive you. And Pluto also reveals a lot of things from what is happening under the surface, okay? So maybe you want to share something about yourself that people don't know, or it could be that in the company there might be some secrets being revealed to you also, or to multiple people in the company. This full moon is also in a square with Chiron. Chiron is now at 0 degrees in your sign, Taurus. So you're starting to kind of feel that. Now, don't be afraid of Chiron, because Chiron is the wounded healer. So it brings up the wounds, and these wounds are there for you to have more empathy and to really heal that within yourself. Okay. Some say it can never be fully healed. And maybe that's true. Maybe some things we always have a weakness for, which is fine. But it's the way we handle it, and it's the way we deal with it, right? So Chiron in the first house can give some insecurity. Maybe you suddenly feel like, am I good enough to do this job? Am I good enough to start that? So these insecurities might surface. It's also for some of you, you're gonna move for a job, or simply just make a move with Jupiter and the Sun in the fourth house. And you bet with these planets, you will get a beautiful place. Okay. Moon is also in a trine with Uranus. So you will find creative ways on how to make money. Uranus is very innovative. It looks at the future. How can I improve things? But also, it could be unpredictable money. So maybe if you're self employed, you might see that money comes in, money goes out. If you are open, you just see it in a detached way, like Aquarius and Uranus, then things will work out. Okay. And even I have this in my natal chart. And the best is, with my own experience with this placement, is to let money come and let it go, because it can change any moment. Okay. And you will feel that with this transit. What else can we talk about? Neptune. Okay. Neptune is in the 12th house. Very, very spiritual alignment, especially also sextiling the sun. So meditation, um, yoga, these kind of things will help you. And even your dreams could be quite prophetic. Maybe you're dreaming something and it can really tell you something about what you need to do with your situation. Mercury is in the third house and it's squaring Saturn. First, Mercury was retrograde this month, and now Saturn is retrograde. Mercury went direct. So, still, you might feel a bit uncomfortable with communication. Take your time preparing things. Um, yeah, there might be some delays with a trip, okay? But yeah, it's not as heavy anymore. So, it's starting to slowly fade by the end of the month. After this full moon or beginning of August, this will be gone. Okay. Look at that positive movement forward. So, some of you are doubting a certain situation, but we have to trust and look at that eight. So, there will be some financial changes, maybe a new job coming up, and just believe in yourself. Material, this is crazy. I just got this card material and spiritual prosperity. Look at that, Taurus. So, you're going towards a new beginning, okay? A new job, a new emotional experience, how you see your job, foundation and achievements. And look at that, a house. So just as beautifully, this is always something I so love about this work, is that the astrology always aligns with the cards. What I'm saying, and then I'm shuffling and the cards just come out exactly like that. And life is the same. It always aligns perfectly, even though sometimes we don't see it that way. We just have to trust and know that, the foundation that you're looking for, the grounding that you're looking for is coming. You just have to believe in yourself. Okay. So that would be my message for you, my amazing Taurus. I wish you so much luck. And also, I do private readings if you're interested in that. I teach astrology to people, or I help them understand their own chart. I have different programs for that. You can find it on my website. And also, I do coaching programs. Now, if you're interested, you can send me an email that you find in the description box below. Thank you so much, Taurus. And until next time, let's move on to Gemini. So, Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising, we have this full moon in Aquarius at 6 degrees in your ninth house. So, ninth house is all about travel. This is about your belief systems. Okay. This is about teaching. This is about learning. So, here we see the bigger picture as well in the ninth house. So, if you're traveling around this full moon, it really brings a massive transformation. Okay. You will not see the world in the same way. It will trigger your belief system. We have an opposition with the sun and Jupiter. Jupiter is the planet of wisdom. It's really expanding the way you see things. Okay. You might travel for a study, even studying something else, and this gives you just a very, very different perspective. Okay. Emotionally, maybe you believed one thing and you're starting to do certain research, and now you're thinking, yeah, what I used to believe in, is that still valid? Is that, is that resonating with me? And this is the beauty about our planet. Okay. We are free to experience different perspectives, to see it from different angles. And we don't always have to stick to one thing. We grow, we evolve. And, so if there's a change of the way you see things, you don't have to feel guilty for that. Now, Pluto moon here can also mean that there is a teacher maybe that might be a bit controlling, or you want to break free from a certain teacher that is not presenting themselves the way they actually are, but that will be revealed around this time. Okay. If you are the teacher, this is the time to transform. Maybe you want to experience or experiment with a new style of teaching. And when I say teacher, this can also mean you are in a job and you have a team to lead. You're still teaching. So whatever job you have, okay, you're gonna do a lot of research before you speak. And also we have Mercury now in the second house in a square with Saturn. First, Mercury was retrograde, Saturn direct. Now Saturn is retrograde, Mercury direct. So we still have this uncomfortable feeling, but it's about to fade away, okay, after this full moon. And so prepare before you speak up if it's in the public that you're speaking, because Saturn is in the 11th house. Also, not a great idea to share too much your financial situation with your friends, or make good agreements with community and friends about money, okay? Some of you will be, doing a road trip, traveling, maybe even buying a new car. Just make sure that everything is in place. But Jupiter and the Sun in your third house, most likely it is fine. Okay. Just make sure that you double check how far this car can go. What are all the paperwork and things like that. Uranus in your sign, Gemini, also trining this moon. So you're really going into your rebel side, Gemini. You're going to surprise everyone with your super innovative ideas. Maybe you're changing your looks. Okay. You're definitely in a time where you feel like, maybe I'll see life differently. Maybe I want to fully express myself. I want to break free. I want to be myself. I can no longer hold myself back. Okay. This full moon is also squaring Chiron. Chiron is in the 12th house. So you're really experimenting with healing your wounds. And sometimes it can be kind of hidden, right? 12th house can be past life wounds regarding money. And you don't know where it's coming from. Like, I'm earning fine or things are okay. But sometimes this fear might be coming up. And you can heal that through meditation and things like that. Let me get you a card, Gemini. All right. Material and spiritual prosperity. So I feel the more you grow, sometimes um when we clean up our energy, we make space for something new, for new money to come, for, and prosperity is not always money. Sometimes it's just a very abundant life. So the less complications we have emotionally, the more you know, we can heal quicker, and we can um, attract things to us in a more easy way, or we can see what is offered to us. Sometimes we get things offered, but because we're so busy, we cannot really feel our intuition, if that's a good idea. Foundation and achievements, okay? So you're ready to find your foundation again. Now the South Node is very soon moving in the sign of Leo. Okay, I'm using the Me Node. I have a video about that, okay? But whatever you resonate most with, okay? Me Node or True Node, it is soon going to be in the sign of Leo, okay? So out of the fourth house, which gives you more stability. And it will be, if you have been moving a lot or feeling uncomfortable with your family or in your home, this will change very, very soon for you. So yeah, that would be my message for you, my amazing Gemini. Um, I do private readings as well. I teach astrology one-on-one. Like, I teach it um, for you to become an astrologer, or you can just learn and understand yourself better. Okay, I have different packages. You can find it on my website. And also, I do coaching programs. I write reports, pre-record readings. So there's many options. Check out which one you resonate most with. Um, yeah, you can send me an email that you find in the description box below. And I'll see you next time, Gemini. Thank you so much. Let's move on to Cancer. So Cancer, Sun and Rising, we have this full moon in Aquarius on the 29th of July. We're going to have that in your 8th house with Pluto, the planet of transformation, in the house of transformation. So Cancer, this full moon is going to change a lot of things for you, right? And we have an opposition with Jupiter and the Sun in your second house. So there might be some income coming in for you, okay? Definitely more income can be coming your way. And with the moon and Pluto in the 8th house, do make sure that, if you do any investments, that you do very good research. Anything that is too good to be true, okay, around this time might be just that. So save your precious money. If you want to invest, wait just a little bit longer before you decide. Um, Also taxes and paperwork, maybe you're earning more, and just make sure that you have all the paperwork checked out, okay? Pension funds, insurances, taxes, all the boring stuff, okay? But make sure that everything is going well. If you're a researcher, actually, you could be getting to the core of things. Okay. If you're in the medical field, if you're, an accountant, you're going to get to, the problem, if there is any problem. But with Pluto, it could be a problem that people want to keep hidden. Okay. So, Cancer, you have this really investigative skills, okay, to go to the depth of things. We do have Mercury in the first house in your sign, not retrograde anymore. So, you're going to feel like your speech is going to flow a bit easier. But now Saturn is retrograde. But this square is going to slowly disappear after this full moon. So difficulty with communication in the job might still be there, but not so prominent anymore. Okay, not so prominent anymore. Uranus is there in the 12th house, trining this moon. So I would say this is a very spiritual transformation for you. Like you might be feeling a bit restless at night. You might have a lot of downloads and insights, and they're going to help you go to the next level. Okay, you can really remove a lot of karma. Okay, so yeah, watch out for money scams. But in general, this is really a time for you um, to earn money, to transform, to look into the uncomfortable. There is the wealth. There are the answers for you. We have this full moon in a square with Chiron. Chiron is in your 11th house. So just be a little bit aware about sharing money with friends or sharing those secrets that you found. Okay. Also, if you're into the spiritual field, okay, you might find some hidden truths or learn more about the universe. If you're into metaphysics and things like that, you're going to get a lot of answers. Let me get you a card, Cancer. Mars is still in your 12th house, so listen to your body. If it says, I'm tired, then listen to that, okay? Power, look at that. You know what I'm feeling, Cancer? This is the time to take your power back. So if anyone else took your power away, because eighth house can be betrayal, or maybe you feel that people were not completely honest, and in that situation, what you can do is keep your head up high and walk away. I always say, less drama, the better. You keep your power to yourself. If someone wants to do that to you, you just, you stand up for yourself and you walk away, head up high. Firm foundation. So look at that. You are creating stability for yourself. And sometimes to feel safe, secure, and good, you're going to have to look within to see what needs to be released. So you're going to feel calmer within yourself. You see, emotional withdrawal. So maybe you want to spend some time by yourself, you want to reflect, and really, this can be such a huge growth for you. Um, and it's going to increase your self-worth, right? Because Jupiter is in the second house. So you're going to feel better and better about yourself for the choices that you're making. So that is my message for you. Now I do private readings, I write reports, I teach astrology, and I also do coaching programs. So you can check out my website for more information. You can also send me an email and I'll happily explain everything to you. So thank you so much for being here, my amazing Cancer. And until next time. Let's go to Leo. So Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. For you, we have this full moon full moon in Aquarius. Mercury retrograde is still going on in your 7th house. Okay, and Jupiter now is in a conjunction with your Sun. wow, this is a fantastic time. You're going to get so much wisdom. You're going to feel so good about yourself, okay? But yeah, this can trigger relationships. This can trigger partnerships, one-on-one clients, okay? So because this energy that you have, right? The sun in Leo is already quite expansive, but when it's with Jupiter, your energy becomes very, very big. Now, keep in mind, right, because every planet has its positives and its negatives, that you don't let this amazing energy go to your ego, but keep it in your heart, because then your heart's going to shine and you can really draw in a lot of new opportunities. Okay, a lot of new opportunities. Now, in your relationships, there might be some feelings that need to be expressed because Pluto is all about revealing what has been suppressed, what we haven't revealed. It's in the underworld. So it needs to come up and it needs to be talked about. Okay. So this does not mean a separation. In some cases, maybe, but I always say if a relationship is so easy to break, then it was never on a strong foundation. So, in the highest sense, this is having a good conversation with your partner and really share your feelings and come back together even stronger. Okay, because Pluto is the planet of power. We can make this together. However, if you're single or even in a relationship, for some of you, this could be a situation you want to break free from. That, if there's any sense of being controlled or you feel like someone is controlling you, this expansive energy of yours is not one to be controlled right now. You want to shine, you want to expand, you want to, enjoy life. So this could trigger some changes, okay? And yeah, standing up for yourself is good. And then it's up to the other person what they do with it, as long as you talk from the heart, okay? Now, we do have the moon also in a trine with Uranus in the 11th house. So it might be that your friends could give you some insights, some ideas. You could attract like friends that are a little bit more out of the box because that really just highlights your curiosity. And Chiron just entered Taurus in the 10th house. Okay. So there might be some insecurities coming up with the job, but at the same time, you could become a really great healer. That's the kind of double-edged sword about Chiron is that other people feel a very healing presence when people have a strong Chiron, but people themselves don't feel that way. Okay, so don't let it override your feelings. You are worthy. And luckily, now this strong alignment is going to kind of counteract this Chiron in the 10th house. Okay. So stand up for yourself when you need to, value yourself, and give to work, but not at the cost of yourself. This is sometimes what Chiron can do, give a little bit too much. But overall, this is such a fantastic time. Everything will be more expansive. Okay. The South Node is soon going into your first house. Depends if you do the mean node or the true node. Okay. But in general, your finances will improve also with this alignment. So, yeah, very, very exciting time, especially beginning of August is going to be amazing for Leos, okay? And if your rising and sun around this time is around 6 degrees, it's fantastic. You're just making space for new things to come. Crown chakra. So pay attention to the ideas that are coming to you because you will be revealed maybe even a new path. Some of you with Jupiter, because it just started a new cycle and it's telling you, okay, maybe this path is better for you. Okay. It will shift you in a different path. Now Jupiter is not a planet to be forced. It attracts. So let things come to you. Okay. New beginning. We just talk about it. I really love how the cards are always in alignment you know, with what we're just talking about. Transformation. you have a massive glow up and people can see it. Okay. People can see your glow up. They're really going to be attracted to your whole vibe. So, yeah, that would be my message for you, my amazing Leos. If you're interested in a reading, I do private readings through Zoom. I teach astrology as well to become an astrologer, or you can just learn astrology for yourself. Um, and I also have a coaching program. So check out my website, see what resonates with you, and you can always send me an email for more information, which you find in the description box below. So thank you so much, Leo. And until next time, let's move on to Virgo. So Virgo, sun, moon, and rising. For you, we have this full moon in Aquarius on the 29th of July in your sixth house. Okay. So this moon is all about, it's in the sixth house of health, of work, routines. So Pluto here is really showing you where in your routine some changes need to happen. Okay. So if there's any bad habits that are not good for you, or eating too much sugar, and in general, Virgos are quite health conscious. So for most of you, it's not a problem. But anything that is in the underworld that needs to be revealed will be shown to you. There might also be some revelations about colleagues, okay? Some maybe difficulty, but you have Jupiter and the Sun in the 12th house. So you get like this divine protection. It's a very positive time for spiritual growth for you. We have the moon in a trine with Uranus in the 10th house. Okay. So some of you will decide to be self employed or break free or have a job that is a little bit more open, where you don't have a boss that is going to almost like breathe in your neck. This is not something you want anymore. So, any difficulty with your routines, with your work, with your colleagues, they will be revealed, but actually for you to transform and go in a better situation for you. But you need a lot of freedom right now in the workplace. This is super important. Okay, the south node is going over your ascendant if you're around 0 degree Virgo, someone in rising. Um, Depends if you take the true node or the me node. I take the me node, but it's soon going in the sign of Leo in the 12th house. Okay, so if there was any feeling of not sure what direction to go, or not knowing what to do, that sense of confusion is very soon going to be removed. And since you have Jupiter and the Sun together now, there will be so much divine guidance, maybe very vivid dreams that will tell you what the next steps are for you. Let's see. Let's get you a card. Mercury is in the 11th house and it's squaring Saturn. It's been squaring Saturn for most of the month or for almost the whole month. And Mercury is now direct, which is positive, but now Saturn went retrograde in the 8th house. So, not a good time to really reveal secrets or money or things. Have good agreements with your friends and communities when it comes to money. Okay. Firm foundation. So I feel like, this is a time where you're going to really rebalance your body, uh, body, spirit, mind, right? You want your soul in alignment with your mind, and also, have this spiritual alignment. And this is what you're working on right now. Rest and rejuvenate. So some of you need some rest. It's okay to rest, Virgo. I know Virgos have a hard time resting because it feels unnatural. Virgos are the workers of the zodiac, but sometimes it's okay to have a little rest. Power. So look at that. You're taking your power back. So whatever situation have happened, right now it's time to take your power back. Okay. We have this full moon in a square with Chiron and Taurus as well. So um, traveling maybe might be a bit uncomfortable, but it might be very healing at the same time. Maybe you don't feel like you want to have a teacher right now, or studying feels a bit uncomfortable. Okay. But it doesn't mean that things cannot happen, right? Because true valuing ourselves we can make the study happening. Okay. So sometimes it's just the insecurity in ourselves, but it has nothing to do with the skills that you have. So yeah, that would be my message for you. So time to watch the diet, to look at your health, to look at your routines. Are they still suiting for you? Do you need to change anything? Very, very important. Yeah, if you want to book a reading with me, I do readings, pre-recorded readings, face-to-face readings through Zoom. I teach astrology. Um, you can become an astrologer, or just for understanding it yourself. And I have a coaching program, so check out my website to see if that resonates with you. And I'll see you next time, Virgo. All the best to you. Let's go to Libra. So for you, we have this full moon in the sign of Aquarius on the 29th of July in your fifth house. Now, fifth house has to do with your romance, your children, your creativity. So at this point, your partner or your children, they might trigger you into transformation. Maybe they're telling you something that triggers your own um, past, your own childhood. Okay. And it's going to be a very positive change because it's opposite the sun and Jupiter. So it's really a time to have fun. Maybe you feel like you don't want to share certain skills of yourself into the public. You're feeling nervous about it. So you could be blocking yourself, and this will be revealed. Like, why aren't you showing your full potential? Maybe you're a bit shy or thinking, yeah, what will people think if I show the actual me? Okay, what you're actually capable of. So now it's time to show that to the public and show this your talents, your gifts. Okay. And maybe for some of you, you need to do a little bit more research on how to share that, but that's totally okay. Okay. So any blocks that are coming up will be revealed. It's a great time for childhood healing. We have this full moon in a square with Chiron in the eighth house. So beautiful time to heal self-worth, how you value yourself, especially if you want to do some kind of creative projects. Yeah, with children, yeah, your children might just trigger you, okay? And that is going to reveal a lot of things to you at the same time. We have this moon also in a sextile with Neptune in the seventh house. So, also in partnerships, whatever block there is, whatever needs to be healed, what needs to be looked at, will be kind of, because Neptune can be a bit foggy. But this pressure cooker of a Pluto will help you reveal what's going on, what is the real situation. Okay. And I always say there's nothing to be afraid of, even though Saturn is in the seventh, Pluto in the fifth. Okay. If your relationship is strong, these placements will not indicate a breakup. Okay. It just is bringing for some people it can be okay because the relationship was not built on a strong foundation. It just reveals the truth, so it's nothing to do with it will break something up, or it just already brings out what was already unstable, or it can make you even stronger together. Okay, because it is a transformation happening, so you don't have to be afraid of those kind of things. And if it happens, it is because there's something better coming for you, and that's okay. Sometimes we have to learn how to let go and trust that the universe knows best. Let me get you a card, Libra. Choose wisely. Look at that. So you have some decisions to make, maybe, huh? And decisions are best made from the heart. Sometimes we're trying to logically explain, but if you listen to your heart, things will become clear. And then later we understand why. Okay? Because sometimes we want to pick something, it's like logically this makes sense, but intuitively it doesn't make sense. So your body is really your compass. Okay? Unless, you know, um, you need to have some logic, right? But if you meditate and you connect with your heart, you usually know what to do. We have Mercury as well in the 10th house, squaring Saturn in the 7th. Now, Mercury was first retrograde. Now, Saturn is retrograde. Mercury is direct. But the difficulty in business partnerships, one on one with clients, if there was any difficulty or with your partner, is slowly going to dissolve after this full moon. But it's a time to have fun. Okay, Jupiter is with Sun in the 11th house. This is a really fantastic placement, so you might even get a lot of attention if you're going to promote something. Foundation, I get this card for a lot of people. I feel like a lot of you are going to build a strong foundation for yourself. Spiritual union. Okay, you're working towards a spiritual union, or you're already in one. And if you're in spiritual union, you will grow slowly, slowly more together. Okay. Without illusions, because I have to say that, right? Sometimes we project our wishes to a person and we think that it's our soulmate, and it's usually the person you feel so intense about, so intense. The more intense you feel, the more this is it, this is my everything, this is, and want to name it, the more usually it's a karmic connection. Okay, and it is intense and it is wonderful to have experienced that, but to have a long-term relationship, there needs to be some level of peace so you can fully express yourself, and there needs to be space to be yourself. And this all-consuming love is short, it's intense, and but it's very hard to build a long-term relationship from that. But sometimes we have to go through it because it teaches us things that we need to learn. Okay, so there's never any judgment, it's always part of the bigger plan. So, yeah, that would be my message for you, my lovely, lovely Libra. I do private readings as well. I teach astrology through Zoom, and you can become an astrologer, or you can just understand astrology for yourself if you're curious about it. I have different packages that might interest you, and I also do coaching. So I help people become the best version of themselves. So thank you so much for being here, my amazing Libra, and I'll see you next time. Let's go to Scorpio. So, Scorpio, Sun and Rising. For you, we have this full moon in Aquarius in your fourth house, and it's in a conjunction with Pluto there. So, maybe you want to break free of a certain home situation. There might be a big transformation happening with your family, and especially the mother. Okay. But in general, it can be family as well. Okay. So it could be that some hidden truths might be coming up, some secrets that you didn't know. Um, but, as with everything, and Pluto especially, there's a chance for transformation. And this transformation can be in different in any situation. Okay, so you transform either closer to each other, or something will be revealed that maybe gives a little bit more distance. Maybe there needs to be a bit more distance because Pluto can be controlling. So if you feel controlled by your family, you want to break free of that situation. If there is an emotion coming up, you can talk it through. Now, we do have Jupiter and the Sun in your 10th house, so fantastic opportunities for career. So any business that you want to launch, or any career, especially beginning of August, fantastic to launch something new, to start a new job, apply for jobs. There will be big changes, okay? Especially we're going to have some eclipses coming up as well. So big changes, maybe moving for work. Um, but the job place is going to be really, really good for you. Okay. We're going to have Uranus also in the eighth house, and that helps. Eighth house is all about in-depth research. So maybe some of you are using astrology, or human design, or any type of occult to understand your emotions better, to understand your feelings a little bit better, to find more stronger roots within yourself. Maybe looking at, what country would I like to live in? Am I happy where I'm now? So these questions will come up, and the true feelings will be revealed. Now, this full moon is in a square with Chiron in the seventh house. Okay, Chiron in the seventh house brings a bit up wounds, okay, regarding partnerships. But it can also be very healing, okay, because Chiron is also a healing presence. Just make sure that you don't overgive to partners, business partners, one on one with clients, that to keep your energy in a safe place, that it doesn't deplete you. Mercury is in the ninth house and it's squaring Saturn. Mercury is now direct, Saturn is now retrograde. After this full moon, it will kind of slowly, you know, fade away, this intense placement. So you will feel more free to speak, okay? Even me, I've been struggling a little bit more with communication this month, with writing, things like that, okay? So Saturn wants you to prepare, it wants you to go in depth. So anything to do with work, just make sure that you double check everything, your emails, the way you speak. And also, it's triggering your health. How are you dealing with your health? What needs to change? Maybe you need to change a certain routine that creates a better outcome for you. Okay. Can I tell you something else? Yeah, I think that was about it. Let me get you a card, Scorpio. Here we go, solar plexus chakra. So here you are kind of feeling what has been blocking your joy and how can you feel this joy again. Okay, because Jupiter and the sun are going to expand this joy. So how can you find this joy in work? Like, what makes you tick? What makes you super excited to wake up every day? And even if you're not working, right, you still want to have a certain routine that makes you happy. And you can decide even to do some voluntary work, or to have a specific routine, because us humans, we need to have certain goals that keeps us healthy, that keeps us fit, and yeah, material and spiritual prosperity. Okay, so there can definitely be wealth coming in because Jupiter in the 10th house, right? Ruler of the second house. So here we go. There could be more income with a new job that you're having, more clients. You could be getting a promotion or just more attention. Like people really see you, they see the work that you do. So that will be revealed for you, and also spiritual prosperity. So it's also just the happiness that comes with things, right? Sometimes we think like, oh, um, we need to have wealth as in money, but it's also wealth if other things in life are good and you're feeling good. So, yeah, that would be my message for you, my amazing Scorpio. Thank you so much for watching. I do private readings as well. I teach astrology. I do coaching programs. I write reports, no AI reports. I write them myself. So please check out my website and see what resonates with you. You can also send me an email if you're interested in any of the things that I just mentioned. So thank you so much for being here. And until next time, my lovely Scorpio. Let's move on to Sagittarius. So, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. How amazing. We have now Jupiter trining your ascendant or your Sun and Moon. This is a very, very good alignment. Jupiter is in its own placement there in the ninth house. So, you're going to have this really optimistic feeling. Okay. You're going to feel creative. Maybe you want to do creative writing. You could be wanting to travel. Okay. But we have this moon in Aquarius in a conjunction with Pluto. So there might be some transformation happening, right? In the way you study, the way you see the world, the way your belief systems. And maybe you want to do certain research, like you want to know more about certain abstract things, and you're going to look at, you know, you want to investigate, you want to see something solid, like, you want to study metaphysics, or maybe some of you want to study astrology or other things that give you a bigger perspective on life, but it will give a big feeling of more optimism and really a great time. You might find a spiritual teacher or someone that is going to teach you something like yoga or get certain certificates, and but you will have the ability to do deep research right now with Pluto and the moon in the third house. Okay, maybe there's a big transformation happening also with your siblings. So have, if there's anything uncomfortable happening between you and your siblings, Pluto like brings up everything from the underworld. So anything that needs to come up to be resolved, this is the time to do that. Okay. Um, Uncomfortable feelings, even with the neighbors. If there is anything uncomfortable, that will come up around this time. Mercury is in the eighth house. It's now direct, but now Saturn is retrograde. Okay. It's still in a square with Mercury. It's going to kind of slowly remove itself. And the struggle with communication will be a lot better, especially with your children. If there is anything with child custody or any legal things, that will be slowly revealing itself. Okay, there will be some kind of innovative solution. We also have the moon with Uranus in the seventh house. If you buy a car, just make sure that you check everything. Okay, because we have Pluto there with the moon. Yeah, or maybe you prefer flying over driving around this time. um, what else can I tell you? Otherwise, I'm gonna get my some cards. This full moon is in a square with Chiron. Chiron is now in the sixth house. It might bring up some uncomfortable feelings about your health, about your diet, but it's there for you to heal. You have to feel in order to heal, okay? Same with the work situation. Any uncomfortable feelings might be, coming up for you to heal. The south node luckily is moving very soon in the sign of Leo. So work is going to be open again. Okay. Because with the south node in the 10th house, you're kind of feeling detached. You're kind of feeling detached. Okay. And I'm taking the me node, but if it's the true node, it's shifting a lot quicker in the sign of Leo, but otherwise on the 18th of August. But you will feel more motivation again because the South Node is saying, no, focus on the home life, focus on inner peace, focus on stability, on family. And very soon that will open up, and you're gonna really want to study maybe something, and a lot of things will shift. New beginning is coming for you. Some of you want to settle abroad, okay, live in a foreign country. Maybe you're traveling to see where you want to end up. Destiny. So there's definitely a sense of destiny coming in for you, okay? Big changes. And this is coming through your own wisdom, maybe even through religion or spirituality. Something that you're interested in is really connecting you with yourself and understanding what you want from life. This is important, right? Sometimes we have things we think we want from life. Love begins. A big change in self love. Okay. Solar plexus. Maybe being playful again. It's about being playful, being open, letting the universe show its beauty, which is definitely when the sun and Jupiter going through the ninth house. Throat chakra. Okay. So maybe there's a situation where you need to speak up, or maybe you need to speak up more often about what you're truly feeling and what is bothering you. Okay. So, yeah, that would be my message for you, my amazing Sagittarius. I do private readings as well. I teach astrology through Zoom, and also, yeah, coaching programs, reports. So check out my website and see what resonates with you. You can always send me an email for more information. So thank you so much, Sagittarius, and until next time. So let's move on to Capricorn. So Capricorn, Sun and Rising, for you, we have this full moon on the 29th of July, 2026 at 6 degrees in your second house. So we have this big transformation here when it comes to your money, your possessions, your income. Maybe you've been holding on to some of your possessions, and maybe it's time to let some of your possessions go. Maybe you want to sell some of your furniture, possessions, or things, that are no longer serving you. We have Jupiter and the Sun in the eighth house. So maybe you want to invest some of your money, or an investment could be coming in for you. Lucky breaks with, sudden income, inheritances, taxes, maybe some result from investments could be coming your way. Okay, just watch out that you're not going to hold on to everything or spend too much, because Pluto is all about extremes. This is about knowing your worth and how to spend your money. Okay. We have this moon also in a trine with Uranus. So you want to feel free in the workplace. You want to feel free in your routines. So maybe right now you don't want to be so confined, and some of you prefer freelancing right now, or have a job where you have a boss that is quite open, that is not really going to control every single thing that you're doing. Mercury is in the seventh house, now direct, okay? It's squaring Saturn, and that is now retrograde in the fourth. And after this new moon, it's going to be away, okay? Because we had this square for most of the month, and it created more heaviness in communication. And for you, that could have been with a business partner, your romantic partner, okay, with family, or a housing situation that you're trying to solve. So after this full moon, this tension will slowly go away. There will be more clarity, okay? In general, yeah, if you buy property around this time, this is especially for Capricorn, you can check out if Saturn is transiting the fourth house um, for you. And then decide, if property is going to work, because it will take longer. We have Neptune and Saturn there. Okay. So it would be a longer process. Yeah. So let me get you a card. The truth. So there needs to be some truth coming out. Um, yeah. Are you asking the right money? Are you in the right place? Are you earning money with something you love? I'm getting destiny. So there is some type of destiny coming up, okay? Some type of feeling. Maybe you have this really strong feeling of something you need to do, okay? And this is part of destiny. This is also very healing with Jupiter and the sun, right? You might be having a very strong intuition about something. It's the planet of wisdom. So maybe through occult, or tarot readings or things like that, you will investigate, investments. You will get some urge or some feeling like this would be good to invest. If you're an accountant or you work in finance, there will definitely be good, you will do some really good work, and there can be more clients coming in for you for sure. Also in the medical field, you might have done some research, or any investigative work. If you're a researcher, scientist, this is a very, very positive time for you, and you will see a lot of good things coming from the research that you've done. Just make sure with the money wise that you're gonna get paid well for it, that you get the best opportunity, and that people are not trying to cheat you for your hard work. Okay, so yeah, that would be my message for you, my amazing Capricorn. I do private readings. You can, you know, check out my website. I do one-on-one readings, pre-recorded readings. I write reports. I teach astrology also through Zoom. You can become an astrologer yourself, or just to understand it for you, to understand yourself, or just to know astrology. And I also have coaching programs. So check that out, see if that resonates. And I'll see you next time, Capricorn. Let's move on to Aquarius. So Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. For you, we have this full moon in Aquarius on the 29th of July at 6 degrees. So if you are a Sun, Moon, and Rising around 6 degrees, okay, 5 degrees up and down, you're definitely going to be very much impacted by this full moon. This is about transforming the self, okay? Something will happen that will really shift the way you see yourself. Maybe some blockages or some emotional blocks that are preventing you from fully breaking free to be yourself. What is holding you back to be yourself? And that could be the answer to having a relationship, or a healthy relationship, right? Or maybe you're holding back because you're afraid that the person you're with is going to leave you. Okay. But most important is that you need to express yourself freely, and you can no longer hold back any longer during this full moon. It will come out. Okay. And actually, with Jupiter and the Sun in the seventh house, it will have a positive impact on your relationship. So maybe you will have this open expression of uncomfortable feelings that are coming up, and they're going to really bring you this um, very positive relationship could come in your life. Okay, this is really a time for you to attract new love. Some of you will get married. Some of you will definitely see more commitment in a relationship, and you can just have such a great time if you're already married to, be with each other and have these deep conversations. That's really going to help the relationship. You could also attract more clients, especially if you are working one on one with people, and business partners, business partnerships, collaborations are going to be super positive for you right now. Mercury's in the sixth house, is squaring Saturn in the third. So there might have been some miscommunication with your colleagues. Mercury is now direct, but Saturn is now retrograde. So this square has been happening for most of the month. So just a little uncomfortable feelings. You need to prepare work more than usual when it comes to communication, when it comes to writing. So make sure that you're prepared. After this full moon, it will kind of, go into different directions. This moon is also trining Uranus in the fifth house. So there will be some creative ideas coming, especially if you're in tech or photography, you're in science, or you're doing, you're mixing it with creativity. There will be some brilliant ideas coming that will change the way people see you as well. Maybe you're coming out with some creative talent that people didn't know that you have. We have this full moon as well in a square with Chiron in the fourth house. Now, Chiron in the fourth house can bring up some insecurities regarding family or regarding the home situation. But Chiron is also very healing. So even though you feel a wound, other people feel this presence very healing. Okay. So, but this partnership will definitely help you with helping you heal and feel your intuition. Intuition is very important right now with Pluto. It's gonna navigate you in the right direction, and it's gonna help you let go of things that are not serving you, right? Sometimes we have these insecurities about our identity, like the first house, that are blocking us, that are stopping us. We become so conscious of it, while other people maybe don't see it. Sometimes when we think that people look at something, or but then it's like, yeah, if we're gonna let our life be led by how people perceive us and it makes us unhappy, is that really important? Or should we feel happy? And if other people have comments about our looks or don't like the way we speak, you know, what is happening then? You can better stay home. Like, even for me, I'm on social media. I get comments all the time, my hair or the way I speak or the what am I doing? Very mean comments sometimes. But if I'm gonna stop doing what I love to do because they're mean to me, I'm letting my life depend on them. And it's maybe they had a bad day. Maybe they just had a bad day and they needed to like get rid of the anger somewhere. Okay. So this is just an example from my situation, but you can apply that to your own situation. Like, people can have comments all they want, but they haven't lived your life. They don't know what you've been through, and you're the only one who knows, what steps to take after. So look at that, there's a big new beginning happening, and it starts with self-love. So you are definitely changing the way you feel about yourself. This is going to be so important. Okay, and for some of you, that's going to bring love to you. Sacrifice. Not always everyone is going to agree with what you do, or what you look like, or who you are, right? But ultimately, the only thing we can do is be ourselves. We don't want to live a lie or our lives, right? So, yeah, it's maybe a sacrifice. Like, people that are triggered by it or don't like it, they will go somewhere else, and maybe they'll come back when they have more perspective. But now is the time for you to transform into the best version of yourself. Stand up for yourself where you have to, and be honest, stay in your power, and it's all going to be just fine. Okay, so that's my message for you, my lovely Aquarius. If you like to book a private reading with me, I do pre-records, I do face-to-face through Zoom, I teach people astrology also through Zoom, and I do coach. I have coaching programs to help you become the best version of yourself. So yeah, if you're interested in any of these things, go to my website. You can always email me as well if you have questions. So thank you so much for being here. And until next time, let's move on to Pisces. So Pisces, Sun, and Rising. On the 29th of July, we're going to have this full moon in Aquarius in your 12th house. And this full moon is in a conjunction with Pluto. Okay. So this really means that, because the 12th house is hidden, we don't really see it. So there might be some uncomfortable feelings coming up for you. Okay. Some uncomfortable feelings will be revealed. This can be past life related. This can be just stuck in the body. This can be, kind of hidden enemies, people that don't always want the best for you, especially females right now, that will be kind of revealed to you around this time. Jupiter and the Sun in your sixth house really give you this wisdom, and maybe you're having really a good time with your colleagues, and there might be some jealousy because work is going well for you right now. Okay. Might be attracting more clients. You might be doing well with with some of your colleagues, and maybe others get a little bit triggered with that. Maybe you want to have a new routine for your health and you feel so optimistic about it, especially if you have a job in the health sector, like you're a fitness instructor, or you work with health. You will see a lot of positive changes for you. Okay. But behind the scenes, there might be some emotions. Just let them show themselves to you. I am so pro emotions. I think it's very good to let ourselves just express all the feelings that we have: angry, sad, happy, right? Because when we're trying to suppress them, this is where the problem comes. We become angry. So it's true that when you elevate spiritually, that you will become more neutral, but this will happen naturally. I think we should not force too much to suppress, to keep all the harmony, right? We can speak from the heart and speak in a soft way that does not need to harm people. So and speaking up about what is important. Okay. So, yeah, this new job, maybe it does bring jealousy, or that doesn't matter. They just do their thing. I always say, if people are jealous, that is their thing, okay? And it should not impact you in any way. We have Mercury in the fifth house, now direct, squaring Saturn, which is now retrograde. But after this full moon, it will kind of split. Okay. So there might be some expenses for your children or for romance. The South Node very soon is going into Leo. Okay. So it will go out of the seventh house. So the focus will be a lot on your spiritual journey the upcoming time. Okay. But out of the seventh house, which makes you a little bit detached from your partner sometimes, it can bring people from the past, sometimes to resolve karma, sometimes to continue. But the biggest lesson was to focus on you. Okay, so you're closing down these lessons right now. Yeah, your e- expenditure is very important right now. Moving on. So yeah, I felt like this very moving on situation, okay? Moon is in the 12th house. You might have very vivid dreams, intuitive insights, because Pluto can reveal truths, right? Hidden truths. And also it's trining Uranus. So there might be a literal move, sudden move happening for you, or you're moving on from a big situation because now you're letting go of these uncomfortable feelings that maybe you weren't ready to face yet, but now you are, and success can come. Um, cool. All the cards are rolling everywhere. Let's see, where are we going? Suffering and silence. Okay. So, uh-huh. It will be linked to money as well. Okay. So sometimes it's good to feel. I keep going back because the 12th house is uncomfortable, but it's where we can close down a lot of karma, where if we allow it to be revealed, it will make space for new things, right? For when it goes to the first house, it can start its new beginning. So whatever is revealed that is uncomfortable, it's going to help you. Um, it's going to help you start this new beginning. Okay? Light. So if life was a little tough, right? Which happens sometimes, it can get a little bit tough, but there's light at the end of the tunnel. And harmony, it's going to create harmony. Okay, so whatever happens during this full moon, it's really to come back into harmony with yourself, so a new beginning can happen. Okay, um yeah, that would be my message for you, my amazing Pisces. If you want to book a private reading, you can check out my website. I teach astrology as well. I have a coaching program. So check that out. You can always send me an email for more information. I wish you all the best. Thank you so much for being here, my amazing Pisces. And until next time, thank you.